Oh, hi, podcast listeners. There's many ways you can listen to the Real Nerds podcast. You can subscribe on iTunes. You can also subscribe on Stitcher Radio. You want to send us a Twitter message? You can do that. It's so easy, at Real Nerds. Like us on Facebook, Real Nerds Podcast. You can visit our website, realnerdspodcast.com, where there'll be a lot of articles for you to not only read, but to listen to our previous shows. Do you like your stories told through pictures? Then you can also follow us at Real Nerds on Instagram. You can also call us, 720-6nerds5. Thanks for listening and enjoy the show.
Camera, action!
Well, a real nerd knows who shot, and a real nerd can follow the plot, and a real nerd can...
talk film! I'm sorry.
Take it outside.
Well, a real nerd knows who shot, and a real nerd can follow the plot, and a real nerd will give it all they got. Lights, camera, action! Real nerds.
So, welcome to Real Nerds Podcast live at Denver FanExpo 2025. And the first person sitting down with me is podcast alum, Corinne.
Alum? You made it seem like I graduated.
You did, because now you only come to us through, newsletters in the form of snippets, you know?
my Showtime little snippets that I do.
Yes. Now, Corinne, a lot of times this is people's first podcast. How did you find out about the Real Nerds podcast? Take us back.
I moved out to Denver for a job, and one of my coworkers went to film school with Brad. I did not know this at the time. And we were talking about movies or something, and somehow my coworker figured out I liked movies. And she said, hey, my friend Brad has a movie podcast. You should listen to it. So I checked out the Real Nerds, and at some point I reached out to you guys, and the rest is history.
Do you remember the first movie you reached out to us for?
I remember I reached out around, it was like fall 2016.
Has it really been that long?
I know. I've been here almost 10 years.
Yeah. Because I don't even remember the movie you first appeared on.
I first appeared on, well, you guys saw Manchester by the Sea. I saw The Edge of 17 because there was confusion about which movie we were going to see that week.
Yeah, we do that sometimes.
And I really wanted to join you guys for the Moana episode because Moana was more my jam than Edge of 17 was, which Edge of 17 was a fine movie, but if I was going to talk about it on a podcast...
Remind me, I don't even remember what it is. What is Edge of 17?
It had Haley Steinfeld in it and Woody Harrelson. And she's
right.
Like a teenager. She keeps telling him she wants to kill herself. I don't remember the whole premise, but that was in the trailer.
But you also realize how long... So you said, Haley Steinfeld, and now she's like this big movie star and married to Josh Allen, and, it's just... Time goes by so fast.
Yeah, I know you were telling me that Sinners was good, and I know she's in Sinners, and I still haven't seen
She's really good in it. Yeah, it's a horror film I think you might actually enjoy.
I plan to check it out.
I think it's on Max tomorrow.
I was going to say, at some point when it's streaming, and I can watch it at home when it's daytime.
So we're in our booth is horror themed, and
I know.
You're not a horror person.
I'm not.
What is it about horror films that you don't enjoy?
I guess I just don't like the feeling of being on edge and just waiting for bad shit to happen.
But don't you get that feeling if you see, a Mission Impossible film?
I feel like you anticipate that most of the characters have plot armor in those kinds of movies. Whereas with horror, I don't know, other than the final girl, that's like a trope in horror movies, I guess.
It is.
But I don't know, they're just very needlessly violent. It's just, why do we want to reward a guy going around killing people?
I don't know if it's about the reward. I think it's about the journey you go on.
Right, but it kind of glorifies it in a sense. And it's like killer always comes back, right? That's another horror movie trope is Jason's never really dead or Freddy's never really gone or whatever.
Yeah, well,
evil is not vanquished. I want the evil to be vanquished, Ryan.
But it never can be.
Unfortunately,
it always comes back. And it doesn't just have to be horror films. We could take your beloved Star Wars, and they find a way, just like the dinosaurs. They find a
Somehow,
way.
Freddy Krueger returned.
Yes, he does. You know, Corinne, I don't think I've ever actually sat down and had an interview just with you. And
We've done like a couple of the Movie Madness announcements. That's the only time I think you and I
yeah,
have
but I
done
mean,
stuff
like,
together.
you know, when I do, because this is your first time at a FanExpo too, right?
I popped by your guys' booth one time when
Did
I was
you?
here. I was here for Jerry's booth.
Oh, that's right.
I was,
yeah.
I was helping Jerry or something, and he was like, "Hey, like, come and stop by my booth." So I did, and then eventually I made it around to your guys' booth. I don't remember what year that was, though.
I know they all kind of blend together.
I want to say it was 2021 or 2022 because I feel like it was after like 2020.
Yeah. So the 2020 we were here, but they did a small one in October because obviously with COVID they canceled
Right.
this big one, and we were there, but they really kind of put a cap on how many people could, and it was actually a pretty fun one because it's kind of more laid back.
I know it wasn't the last 2 years because you guys did Pizza Hut and Blockbuster
Yeah.
the last 2 years, and I don't think I went to either of those.
Yeah, no, I don't remember you being there. Well, last year I think Zach only made it to the last day, so it was really just Brad and I all weekend. But yeah, the last few years we've kind of leaned into this nostalgia of us growing up, and so that's why we did Blockbuster and Pizza Hut, and specifically Pizza Hut from the early '90s. And this being our 13th con, we decided to go Friday the 13th. And yeah, you were up here while we were doing our panel. Seems like the response has been pretty fun.
I would say so, yes.
It's interesting because we're right across from the kids lab, and so we're getting a lot of children, and I feel weird about it because it's a murder house, really.
Yeah. And I do wonder how many people think this is like for a real summer camp.
Yeah, I got that vibe a lot from it, and it's okay. I just want them to experience Real Nerds. It's all about the brand.
Yeah, but it's hard to recommend the Real Nerds podcast to kids.
Oh, yeah, no, I never would. I was talking to Brad, and, there was a while there. I haven't done it in a long time. I remember I used to do, like, a horse dick joke all the time. I have not done that in a really, really long time. And
You say as there is a kid, like,
yeah,
10
it's
feet
fine.
from you.
They'll grow up eventually. But, yeah, it's one of those things that, yeah, we did a couple, because there is – This con used to be really focused on children, and it was like the big thing.
Right,
So-
because it was a Denver Pop Culture Con
Correct.
or something.
And it started with Pop
it was a
Culture
fundraiser.
Classroom. Exactly. And the Pop Culture Classroom was bringing comics and graphic novels and sci-fi and things like that into classrooms so kids can experience fandom. So we do have a lot of our early ones where we would interview children, and we would specifically not curse or do anything inappropriate during those ones. And it's harder than you think it is, because we all want to say ass or boobs or something.
Right, there's children right there.
It's okay, they can't hear me. Watch. Hey kids, fuck. They don't care. See, no one cares.
No one cares.
So let's go back to your journey. You come to Colorado,
Yep.
and you're like, man, I really want to meet these Real Nerds guys because they sound so freaking cool. And then you met us, and now we're friends, and you're like, these guys are cool.
Yeah, I guess you are.
Yeah, pretty much. We're able to win over people from the lame state of Kansas. I have mentioned this before. Does Wichita still have the weird kid sculptures?
Yes. Every single
I know.
time I am home and drive downtown
Do you
to
think
see
of
those
me?
statues, I think of you.
Okay. Have you ever talked about what are they for? I don't understand what they are.
I mean, they're statues. I mean, why do you have a statue?
But why are they children in the middle of like a sidewalk? They look like the Village of the Damned children, just randomly there, terrifying people.
I don't know. I'd have to check the sign of, if it was supposed to be like the wonder of urban architecture or something. I don't know.
But you're supposed to know because you're there. That's like
Who is a tourist in their own city, Ryan?
you are.
No.
Yes.
I don't know. I just drive by it. I know which statue you're talking about. It's like Broadway and Central or something.
I don't know. I opened up a Qdoba there years ago, not in Wichita, but in Hutchinson. And I went to the salt mines, and I was stuck in Wichita because it's too windy to take for planes to fly out. And I went to a Wingnuts game.
Yeah, now they are the Wind Surge.
Oh, makes more sense. And then I saw those statues, and I was terrified. In fact, I'll try to find it on my Facebook page. I don't remember the year, but I literally took a bunch of pictures of it because it's more than just one statue. They're literally, I want to say all over the town. They're probably not, but it feels like they are.
I think it's mostly downtown. I'm specifically thinking like Broadway and Douglas.
So that's why you moved to Colorado, right? Is because you had to get away from those statues. Because at any point they could come to life and get you.
Sure.
I mean, yeah, sure, job, blah, blah, blah. But the real reason is the terrifying children statues you don't want to be a part of anymore.
I mean, Golden has plenty of terrifying statues. Well, okay, maybe not terrifying, but we have plenty of statues too.
So as I grew up in Golden, if you adopted Golden as your new hometown?
I would say so. I mean, I've been there 9 years now, which is crazy.
It's grown a lot since then. Like I said, I grew up there, and just, the mill, the restaurant place.
The Golden Mill?
Yeah. It was literally a animal feed place when I was growing up, where you'd go get stuff for horses and doggies and kitties. And
I always wondered, because I don't remember what it was before it was the restaurant place that it is now.
Yeah, and I mean, the world is so crazy. So the guy who runs it, his name's Marcel, and he used to run Westbound and Down in Idaho Springs. And I didn't know that. I went to the mill one day, and he was there. And he says, "Hey, Ryan." I said, "Marcel, what are you doing here?" And he says, "I run this place now." All right. It's a small world.
It is a very small world.
And it's just really fascinating that, how you just lives sometimes become intertwined. I mean, of all the friends you had, someone went to school with Brad, and now you're like a part of our world, like Mulan. No, Ariel, I'm sorry.
Yep.
It's been a long day.
It has.
So you come here, you become part of Real Nerds, you love us, you want to be like us, you want to be around us. Have we opened your eyes to any movie that you never would have seen, and you go, you know what? I watched this and I have newfound respect for them? Or do you think we're all shit?
I can't think of one specifically, but a lot of your guys' entries on Filmsplosion, I end up watching because I'm like, this sounds different, this sounds weird, or, you always sell it as like, you have to see this movie to understand it. I think, what is it, Hundreds of Beavers?
Yes.
You sold Hundreds of Beavers that way. So I was like, all right, fine, I'll watch Hundreds of Beavers. And then I did. And I was like, okay, like that was different. And it was inventive and creative. And
sometimes in movies like that specifically, they're just lots of fun, but you do have to see it, because I can tell you it's like, a Warner Brothers cartoon. But to see it actually in action doesn't do it justice. And a lot of times you will recommend a movie like that and put it in your Filmsplosion list because it deserves to be seen. And I mean, I really love that movie. I've watched it a bunch of times, but you just, but that's, you never know. I'm trying to think of a movie that you recommended to me that I was like, she's right. Nope, can't think of one.
I mean, I tell you to watch like different anime stuff, and you never do.
No,
Sad.
I just can't get into it.
Did you watch the one I lent to you? Your Name?
No, it's still sitting next to my TV, and I will, because you have my Eagle and the Hawk.
Yeah.
And Kellen and I watched Robot Dreams a couple nights ago. That's a great movie.
That was on Brad's Filmsplosion list, I think.
And it's a silent movie too. Have you seen it?
I just remember Brad talking about it at Filmsplosion, that there's no dialogue, but I think there's like music.
Yeah, so the music plays a big part, and there's always the huh, what kind of expressions. But yeah, I'm sure there's something of yours you've made me, well, not make me watch, but recommended.
I know I lent you Lady Hawk at one point.
Yeah, Lady Hawk's a fun movie.
A lot of like cheesy kind of romance adventure movies.
Yeah, I felt like I was punished when we did the film explosion where we switched movies because I got a lot of your princess shit, and I'm not really the target audience for that.
Right. Oh, I also had you watch The Man from Snowy River.
Yeah, so not my cup of tea, but it's not like it's a fun movie. Fun's not right. It's a well-made film.
It's like half romance, half like action western kind of thing. And I like that it's a western in Australia. You don't get that a lot.
You do not. You do not.
Something different. And Kirk Douglas in dual roles.
Correct. And yeah, he's one of those guys. Man, he's acted for so long.
I know, right?
I mean, yeah. So now you're part of Real Nerds. Now you've experienced our booth. You did a really good job keeping everybody away because I'm such a star. I really appreciate it. What are you looking forward to here? What do you want to see?
I just want to walk around, and I know there was like some kind of Star Wars cantina thing behind us here.
They were building it yesterday. I go, man, this is kind of like legit.
Yeah, I'm curious to find out what that is. I don't know. There's so much. I don't know. I could only compare it to that one other time I was here maybe 3 years ago, but it's almost overload.
It is. There is times, probably it'll start tomorrow. Today I'm usually pretty good, but I'll go up to Brad's like, yeah, I need to leave for a second because I just can't handle the bombardment constantly. Not that it's bad. It's just, it's overwhelming. I don't know how, like the real artists do it, where someone's always at your table, they always want something, and they're able to not only do that, but draw and engage with people. I mean, it's quite the skill.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think this is maybe a slightly better way to do it, where you're stationary and everybody comes to you.
Yeah.
Because if I was just walking through the con with Brad to get here, I was just like, oh my gosh, there's too much going on.
Yeah, and you're here on a Thursday, Saturday, it's about twice as many people.
Oh my gosh. Ugh. The last thing I like is large crowds.
And Brad and I haven't learned a lesson. We were yelling yellow shirts, and people ask us all the time if we can help. And then you look, and the crew is all in yellow. So we've done well. Nice, Corinne.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on. Thanks for letting me.
No.
I kept telling people I was booth sitting for you.
Yeah, it's good. Because technically we're supposed to have someone watch our booth while we do panels. And I don't think we had somebody last year. Yeah. And we have stuff here. I mean, I always tell Brad's always worried about people stealing our stuff. I say, Brad, there's $100,000 comics here. I don't think people care.
Ryan, I was thinking yesterday about a topic, because I'm like you, I'm thinking there's going to be a lot of new listeners to Real Nerds after the con. And there will be a lot of people hopefully checking out the website.
Yeah.
I'm like, I need to get a new relevant article up there soon so people have something to engage with. If they search Real Nerds Podcast while they're here, what are they going to see?
Yeah.
And I thought of an article I could do. I would be curious to get your input on top 10 quintessential summer blockbusters.
Ooh. Yeah.
Because I think I've told you guys on my Showtime segments that I'm hosting weekly movie nights with my friends.
Yeah.
We just watched Raiders of the Lost Ark this last Sunday. But it came up in conversation because I was like, the real spiritual sequel or follow-up to Indiana Jones, in my opinion, is The Mummy from 1999.
Sure.
Because I was like, it has that action-adventure spirit. It also kind of has this romance. And I'm like,
touch
honestly,
of horror.
Yeah.
I think Raiders does too.
Oh, yeah. Definitely for Raiders. Not so much for The Last Crusade. There's not really any horror elements in that than the one scene.
I mean, Temple of Doom is.
Oh, yeah. But I don't count Temple of Doom because I don't like it.
What? How do you not like Temple of Doom?
Why do you think I don't like Temple of Doom, Ryan?
Because you're not American? That movie's awesome.
Of the 3, it's my least favorite. Of the 5, it might be number 4. I don't know. Oh my gosh, look at that. Did you see that dinosaur? That was cool.
Yeah, so that is it a raptor?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's some dude who has a really great puppet of the raptor. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
He was next to us last year, and I was watching him put it on him and get it ready for the con while we were setting up. Mm-hmm. And it's quite the contraption.
Oh, but anyway, so my story was that I was telling my friends about The Mummy, and there's 4 people sitting in my living room with me. All of them are in their 30s or late 20s. And I'm like, yeah, The Mummy. And it was like, one by one, they all told me that they hadn't seen it.
Whoa.
None of the 4 of them had seen it.
That is...
I was like, am I
Interesting.
going insane? Like,
Yeah.
what?
That's kind of weird because it seems like...
It's
Because it's always like on TNT.
Yeah,
And,
I feel like it was on cable a lot. I mean, it
Yeah.
was such a popular movie. That's like somebody telling me they haven't seen Independence Day.
yeah.
Another quintessential summer blockbuster. Nice.
Yeah, no, it's... I'm not the biggest fan of Independence Day.
I mean, now yeah.
Not even back then. I go, it's okay.
It's just fun. I mean, it's not fun to like watch millions of people die, but it's fun in as much as
Oh, I could separate.
I don't know.
I could separate that part. I just think it's one of those super big movies that never really did it for me.
I think the effects are pretty like they've mostly withstood the test of time, like all the
Yeah.
models and stuff that they use and the explosions.
I found movies from that time, if they mixed in CGI with practical, it works really well. It's when they go straight CGI where it's kind of rough.
So like the Scorpion King from The Mummy
Yeah.
2.
Yeah, they were really ambitious. And not that, I actually think The Mummy Returns is a fun movie, but it's too ambitious at that time to have a fully large CGI character because it looks like Play-Doh rock.
Yeah.
But no, that's an interesting article. I mean, you asked me, I put Jaws, Raiders, The Avengers.
I'm thinking like movies you can only watch in the summer. Like it would feel weird to watch them at other times of the year.
Yeah, again.
I'm like Independence Day would be on there. I feel
Sure.
like The Mummy would be on there.
Sure.
Even Transformers. Like I'm not the biggest Transformers fan, but
Yeah, it's definitely
it
a
is-
summer movie vibe
Yeah.
film.
I was trying to think of some others. Oh, obviously, Top Gun Maverick.
Hell yeah.
I think that's going to be number 1.
Nice. That's a movie that's only 3 years old, but it's transcended.
Just
Yeah.
that dogfight football scene.
Oh,
It just
yeah.
screams summer. Even if they didn't actually film it in the summer, or it's not supposed to be set in the summer, it just feels very...
It's one of those movies that trips me out that it made over $800 million at the box office. Not that it didn't deserve it. It's just, oh, yeah, that was a really big deal.
I'm surprised it wasn't more. I'm surprised it wasn't $1 billion.
Yeah. Yeah, it's... You never... And, even me with Spider-Man No Way Home, it's like $860 million. And, man, that's right. Those 2 movies literally saved the movie industry. And because, Spidey came out in December of 21, and then Maverick was May of 22. And so you had Spider-Man pretty much carry all the way to Maverick, and then Maverick through the rest of the summer. And
Yeah, but I feel like Jaws would be on there, but
Oh, yeah.
weirdly, I don't think Star Wars would be. Because now, especially since Disney's bought the franchise, Star Wars is more associated with, like, Christmas. Because now all the movies have been coming out in December.
I don't know. I still, this is just me. I still think it's, May 4th.
Well,
So-
sure. But is May really summer?
Well, Top Gun came out in May, didn't it? Memorial Day, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Memorial Day is like the beginning of summer,
Sure.
socially, culturally.
Sure.
Early May, a lot of people are still in school at that point.
I'd still say it is. I would put Star Wars. I'd go more old school. So we all have, because it seems like your era is going to be The Mummy, Independence Day.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of 90s, 2000s movies.
Me, I would, because I'm
not saying Jaws wouldn't be on the list, or maybe Raiders. I don't know.
Because I'm an actual real nerd, so, I go through the gamut of
Again,
releases.
I feel like it has to fit the criteria of both being a blockbuster and being a like summer
Sure.
film, however you want to define that.
Sure. So, again, me, Jaws, E.T., Raiders of the Lost Ark. I'd say the first Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, the Spider-Mans, yeah.
I'd probably put, Top Gun up there now. Because that's one I go back to. I love watching that film. And more. I'd have to think about it a little bit. Yeah.
So that might be here on the website in the next
Sweet.
few days.
Sweet. See, you already generated conversation about it.
Yay.
Yeah, no, I got to get caught up on all my articles. I got to post my next of my top 150 favorite films, which will be, I think it's because it's Saving Private Ryan that I've kind of put off putting it up because it is a really great movie, but it's a lot like Schindler's List is, do I want to be bummed out? And when I write about it, too, I go, oh, man, I got to write about people dying and D-Day and stuff. And,
Yeah.
but it's a great movie. So I got to, I feel you. I feel like I've taken a few months off of writing articles, and now I got to get back in it. That's why I always give myself, like, articles where it's easy for me to get into.
Yeah, I feel like the listicles that's like the easiest format to do. Because,
Yeah, and it generates, you're right, it generates people talking about it.
and of course, they want to see if your list is wrong.
Yeah, and that's cool. I want people, when I know we go viral when people argue. We actually had...
oh, yeah, rage bait. That's like a whole thing.
Well, it's funny. Brad, we had this instance happen a month ago.
Right.
He went to Mission Impossible, and he's the only one in this IMAX, and he pointed out that it was fine until these guys show up and made it their own private screening. And of all our social media we had, it took off on Threads, and it got over 1 million impressions. And it's one of those things where I didn't understand why it took off so as much as it did.
Algorithms, or maybe just like the right person interacted with it.
I'm guessing that's what it is. Because I knew we made it, though, because usually people were agreeing with him. Says, yeah, that sucks when people come in and ruin it. But when we got our first hate comment, I go, oh. And then it just snowballs from there. And then I did it. I went to the Colorado premiere of Jurassic World Rebirth. And when you're there, you do have the media around you and people from Universal. And they have a big screen that says, post your whatever online. So because I know what they pull, my review on X was ferocious, funny, and surprisingly poignant. Jurassic World Rebirth is a roaring success. And that took off, too. And because I knew that when Universal saw it, they would probably post it. And because you have the marketing machine behind you.
Sure.
So it's those two have made us viral the last couple months, which is really weird. But I know
hopefully that means you're getting a lot of new listeners, though.
Yeah. Actually, our threads were up for one that I don't even know how to garner followers on Threads. We're at 200 something followers, which is, it is what it is. I'm not trying to get followers. I really do this for me and my friends. I see movies and I like hanging out with my friends. That we have all these little perks is just kind of a nice little bonus. But yeah, you're freaking Bad Batch or whatever stuff you tweet about. Sometimes, because I get updates on it, and I'm guessing it's your stuff that kind of takes off. Because not all your stuff I get, but some of the stuff I go, oh, this has been reposted, whatever it is now.
Yeah, I've had a couple of posts this
times.
Week that, they 100 likes or 200 likes.
Yeah, those are the ones
something.
I usually get on my phone, and I think because the algorithm, because I do interact with you, it's like, oh, hey, just so you know, this thing she's saying is kind of catching on. So you never know. And Star Wars fans are always really passionate, and in a good and a bad way.
Yeah, and I don't know if you saw it on my corner of the Star Wars fandom, the Bad Batch. They have a novel coming up here in August.
Yeah.
And there is a specific printing, Inkstone, I guess is the company. And they're going to have this very nice, embossed, different artwork on it. And pre-orders sold out.
Oh, yeah.
And they're the Bad Batch fandom is bigger than we thought,
Yeah, they run into that stuff, especially because people like me, I like that stuff, and I like that they sometimes give fans an opportunity. I love this video game called Legacy of Kain, and it's from the 2000s, and it's really about this vampire who he evolves faster than the head bad vampire. And when he does this, his name's Kain. he rips the wings off this vampire Raziel, throws him in this pit. He comes back thousands of years later, and it's a really cool story. It's the first video game I remember playing and go, man, this story is pretty epic. And it's telling a great story with incredible voice actors, and it just adds so much weight to it. And it's one of the games I was like, man, why have they never remastered this? Because it's a 2000 game, so it has a lot of trappings of that era. Not that it's bad. It's
Sure.
just, it is what it is. So a year ago, they said, oh, yeah, the remaster, it came out. And then the original writer and one of the storyboard artists made a 190-page graphic novel. And there were so many tiers you could get. And I just got the limited edition. It's not like leather bound, but it has like the gold emboss. And it wasn't that much, like $100, but I mean, it's 180 pages. That's a lot of art. And but they had a really cool stuff, and they sold out. Like their goal on Kickstarter was $35,000. It raised over $2 million.
Wow.
So they have stuff where people are actually getting the sword and masks. And I mean, there's some people that pledge thousands of dollars. And so it's kind of cool, just like you know, the Bad Batch is well known. But when you see that there is a passion for it and that people get stuff and it'll sell out, I think will only help. And that's what I mean. I hope with, you know, Legacy of Kain, it'll lead to a new video game.
Yeah, my theory is that there might not be a lot of Bad Batch fans, but the ones it does have are very passionate.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like sometimes fandoms, it's more about the quality of the fans, like how
Agreed.
passionate they are, how willing they are to buy things, obviously.
Yeah. I mean,
it's like if you got a comic coming out or a movie or a show or a game or something, are they going to buy it?
Yeah. I mean, you put Spider-Man or Mortal Kombat on something, chances are I'll probably buy it.
Right. And it's like, okay, you might have like 1 billion Demon Slayer fans, but how many of them are going to buy things?
Yeah. No, I agree. And how many are real fans? You never know. But that's why it's fun to be here at FanExpo.
Exactly.
'Cause you
Everybody's
see-
here because of their passion
And
for
yeah, right. And that's the
their
one thing I do
fandoms.
love is everybody's cool. Everybody has a fandom, and you can relate to anybody. If you've never even seen, I've never seen an episode of Demon Slayer, but I know the characters just because they're such in the pop culture lexicon that I can point them out. And everybody's cool, and they'll talk to you about it, and that's what I love.
And it's also all levels of, just because, like, the people who cosplay, it's like, that's really fun, and I love to see them in cosplay, but not everybody has to be in cosplay
No.
either.
It's something I can't do because I don't have the patience for it. But when you see people that have great costumes and you know that they made them, I think it's really awesome.
Yeah. But, yeah. My second ever FanExpo, but it's been a fun experience.
We're glad you're here.
Thanks for letting me join you, Ryan. I appreciate it. And thanks to Brad, who has been over there keeping track of the people playing the games and whatnot.
Well, if you look at Brad right now, he's the douchebag camp counselor from the movies. That's why he has the sunglasses and the whistle. So we've been having fun with that. But yeah.
He really looks like a douche right now on his phone over
He
there.
does. He doesn't know we're talking about him. But he heard douche, and he's like, oh, that's me. Thanks for talking to me, Corinne, as always.
Awesome. Thanks, Ryan. Thanks,
Yeah.
Brad. Hope you guys have a great rest of your FanExpo.
Hell yeah.
A real nerd knows who shot. A real nerd can follow the plot. And a real nerd will give it all they got. Lights, camera, action. Real nerds.
Thanks for listening to Real Nerds Podcast, a Nebulous Visions production. Stream or download episodes, read articles at realnerdspodcast.com. Stream us on Apple or Google Podcast, Stitcher, Spotify, or iHeartRadio. Follow us on Facebook, Real Nerds Podcast. Twitter and Instagram at Real Nerds. Watch us on YouTube, Real Nerds Podcast. Email us at realnerds@gmail.com. Call us at 720-6nerds5. Thank you to Sparks Mandrill, Mike at Plan 9 Studios, and Bolognium for all of our groovy theme songs. And that's how you fucking do it.